Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tao Talk. This is your Sifu here. And so we're going to start talking again about some Taoism topic. And today's topic is on something that is related to how people learn Taoism when they get ordained into our lineage. And let's go. So one of the mindset that people have in the common modern society kind of mindset, a lot of people learn this mindset from school, from people talking about business and how they get, quote, successful, okay? A lot of people are trying to talk about being, productive, which is not bad. But what comes next is the idea of working less for more. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty good. Okay, like a lot of people think that, I can work less for more. That means I can earn more money, right? I can earn more money by doing less, which sounds pretty good. But at the same time, if you keep thinking that way, then people you kind of take it the wrong way. Okay, so when people come to learn magic, okay, they don't understand magic. They don't understand how it works. Because this mindset is stuck there. It's like, how come, if you compare, okay, how come I have to do so much right here to get whatever help I want compared to maybe other path that just tells you to do a little bit of things and that's it, compared to the most common thing, okay? It's like someone come into our lineage and they're like, I need to practice so many things, learn so many things. And suddenly it becomes so intense, right? Just for the help that they want, what they want usually is I want protection. I want to be able to block off evil crap, evil energy, evil spirit, and evil magic attack, all that kind of stuff. I just want these things out of my life. I just want to be myself. Okay? And now you're telling me that I need to learn all these things and memorize this, memorize that, learn this. And suddenly it becomes like you're learning another kind of, another set of skills, It's like suddenly you need to learn, let's say you're just a normal kind of mom or dad, right? Suddenly you need to go and learn, let's say, programming, to create a program or to create a game or something like that. It's suddenly you need to learn a new language, new system, new everything, It's kind of overwhelming. Now, to the Westerners, most of them, or even the Chinese actually, but Westerners, okay, most of them, they will think, if I believe in Jesus or things like that, most of the big religion, all they need you to do, is just to pray. All you need to do is pray, believe and then go pray, and you're done. Talk to God and you're done. How come it's so hard here, right? And then most of the people will, when they want to grab you into the religion, they will always tell you that it's easy. Yeah, you just need to believe. And then you start to join some events. That's it. Everything sounds so easy, right? Now, if you compare that, most of the people will go back to the do less for more. So they will soon want to give up their path in Taoism because it seems hard. It seems like you need to do many things, learn many things, a lot of commitment involved, and it seems like too much work. And then they will want to go for the big religions, which tells them, you don't need to do anything. You just need to believe and come and join the stuff, and that's it. It sounds easy, right? Now here, let me tell you, those people who are in the other religion, if they are serious into it, okay, meaning that look, the whole thing is about getting the gods of that religion to help you, right? Meaning that the gods have to care about you and then give you the help. Now, the thing is, of course, if you look at the system, the higher you go, the more you know, the more you practice, the more you're like professional into that thing, the more you are valuable to the religion and also to the god of the religion, right? Which means if you are like the important people trying to talk to God, okay, that religious, that path, that religion's God, if you're talking to the God, right, you are the important people, of course you get like immediate response, more help, more attention, right? Because you are important. If you're just like a normal believer, like, just a someone who just came, well, who cares so much, right? That God won't care about you so much. So, yeah, you might get some little bling bling in help, for one or two times, and that's it. You can continue your praying or whatever, you're just hoping for something to sprinkle down your head over a period of time. And you won't really feel anything at all because the God doesn't care about you. You're not as important compared to the many others who are more devoted, more committed, and they basically they basically devote a lot into the path. So here goes reality. Is it really doing less for more if you compare the two? Not really. It's basically the same. It's just that most people don't understand that even you go the other way, like to the Jesus and stuff, okay, it start off easy, just like in Taoism, you can start off easy too. Like very easy. Just do your heart spells and, like 2 spells and do some simple things. But the fact is, if you want more help, you want a stronger magic, more power given to you, etc. No matter what path, no matter what religion, it's all about your commitment. The more you do, the more you get. That's basically how it is for every path. It doesn't only apply to Taoism. But the thing is, because people are naive, they don't understand, they don't see it. So if you only look at the surface of things, like the outside, how they promote it, okay? They want more people into the religion. Of course, they won't make it look so hard, right? So they will say, oh, it's easy. Just believe, join, and you're good to go. It sounds so good, right? It sounds so easy. A lot of people believe, like, seriously, a lot of people believe that just being a believer of that Jesus stuff will get you to their so-called heaven after you die. But, well, is it really that easy? I mean, like, let's say if the heaven is real, is it that easy to get there? Well, of course, there needs to be some commitment, right? Like give and take. Just like immigration, right? Even immigrating to another country, they will test you and see if you are like worth accepting into the country, right? Not everyone come in and we're like, okay, open the door, come in, not like that. Now, in Taoism or other religion, it's basically the same, okay? So it's never that easy. There is always what we call like what you put in is what you get at the end. It's like there's no shortcut. Now, if you look at me, okay, me here, I devote my whole life into Taoism. That's the only thing I do. Basically, that's my job, my whole career, everything. Like, that's it. 100% professional Taoists who do Taoist magic, Taoism teaching all day long, 24/7. So basically, you see, that's a lot of commitment, okay? I'm not saying that you need to also be like a Taoist master, okay? But, if you want to have a certain level of power, it's not only about like, I believe and then I pay some money and that's it. It's also about how much you're committed to your Tao, how much you are putting yourself to the Tao, to the lineage. How do I say it? Well, it's not just about like putting out money, okay? It's not just about the money. It's also about your heart. What I mean is, let's say, okay, in the Western culture, in those Jesus believers' path, okay? There are people who are very, very care about, like they care a lot about the church that they go to, okay? So whatever thing happened, they are the first one there to, support and give money and give help to the church. And when nothing's happening, they will want to do things to help the church out, to let the church expand, grow, and things like that. That's commitment. That's the heart. It's like they're treating the church like a business that is owned by themselves. Now, in the lineage, Taoism, okay, it's the same. You belong to a certain lineage, then you should be thinking like as if you and the lineage is one thing. It's like the lineage is your lineage, okay? When you think of things like that, you will suddenly see things differently. It's like you will be more like caring about, will the lineage be doing good? Does it need help? And such. Like you will be thinking for the lineage more because you care. You love it. You care. You want it to grow. You want it to be good and such. And that's one of the important commitment. Your heart. Your heart is felt by the gods of the lineage. No matter what religion is the same, okay? Here, I'm talking about like any religion, okay? The gods feel your heart. If your heart is just like selfish, you're just like, I'm here to take, okay? Like most people will be treating a lineage or whatever religion as like a resource pool. They come in and they want to take stuff, okay? They just want to take for their own benefit. And basically that's not right. And your God is going to feel that. Because, hey, why should you be helped? Why should the God be helping you? Why should that power be going to you? There is no reason. The only reason why that the power is going to those who are more committed and devoted is because their heart, they show that they care and they love about that religion or that lineage. And that's why the power will, like in return, will treat them the same way. It's like a mirror, right? What you output is what you, like how you're going to get treated in return. So being a good disciple in our lineage or in Taoism, okay, Taoism, our lineage, you must understand that it's not about like doing less for more. There's no such things, okay? Doing more for more, doing less for less. That is reality. There's nothing such as doing less for more. There's only like you're doing more now and you're getting more later on, okay? It's like how we say, there's a phrase in Chinese, okay? We say that the generations before plant the seed, and that is why the generations after has the big tree for the shades. So if people don't do stuff before for you, you won't get it easily today. There's nothing such as doing less for more. There's only things about like other people did it before and they're giving you their fruits and you can enjoy the fruits right now. But if you don't cherish that and you don't think that you need to give back, then sooner or later you're going to lose everything. Just like in the lineage right here. A lot of disciples that I see, they come in, the first week or two, it's like, oh, hype. Yeah, I'm coming up and chat, and I feel hype. Now, when it comes to like the third week and onward, they start to realize that, oh shit, I need to learn stuff. Like I need to memorize this and then I need to memorize that. And it started like getting like more into oh shit, I need to study so many things. Oh shit, I need to do so many things, like that. And they get overwhelmed. They thought that it will be easy. They thought that it's just, especially in the Western culture, most of the people had a very wrong interpretation of what Taoism is about. A lot of people, like if you search Google, okay, it feels like Taoism is just a philosophy, just like a kind of thinking. And the thinking pattern that they describe, it's all wrong. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous to see how the Western people are like translating or interpreting the Taoist concept. It's totally wrong. Yeah, a lot of wrong. And then people take the wrong stuff and kind of read it and then put it like, give it a twist of their own, their own version, and they spread it out again. That's what exactly happening right now in the like online Western Taoism society. You can say, like those people who spread these things around. Most of them take like a few classic translation of those Taoist texts, and they just go with the flow and give it a twist of their own and keep republishing new, what they call new content to the web. And it's a virus because people are not seeing the truth that that's not Taoism. That's actually like a Western thing that is born, and it's nowhere close to the real Taoism at all. The first thing that I always see is that the Western people are more like into thinking, like they want to think that Taoism, it's a theory, it's a philosophy, and like they put religious Taoism and philosophy Taoism, like they put that into two groups, and they believe that you can go with just the philosophy and call yourself a Taoist, while you can ignore the magic part or the religious part, and they call that superstitious, or folks believe in China, which is absolutely insane. It's like you're splitting up the whole thing into two parts, and you say, I can skip that because I don't like that, and I'm keeping that because it sounds great, And why do they keep the philosophy part? It's because basically the wrong interpretation made everything sound so easy. It's like, oh, just, let go, don't do anything, and it will take a course. And that's basically insane. Like the whole concept they get in the Western Taoism, it's all fucked up. But, they look at the religious side, which requires a lot more work. It does. Like, if you're trying to learn the religious side of Taoism, which is actually an important and, like, majority of the thing, it's like there's a lot of things to learn. A lot of things. It's not just about, like, a theory or philosophy. There's a lot of things to study. And inside that study, you need to also touch the Chinese words, because there are words that is not translatable to English. And some stuff you really need to learn the language, the Chinese, in order to, like, for example, you need to learn how to recite the spells, Chinese. You need to know how to recite or chant. The chanting is in Chinese. So most of the Western people won't want to dig into that because that's a lot of commitment trying to learn a new language. And then they will say, oh, it's like separated. There's like this philosophy part, and then it talks about some theories, and if you believe the theories, you call yourself a Taoist. That is insane. It's like, I like Google. I use Google to search, and I like their product. I agree with their way of doing things, and then, instantly I'm a Google employee. Are you really believing that's going to happen? You see the problem? Like, most people are like that. From what I see in the Western so-called Taoism circle online, most people do actually act like this. Like, I am, I like Google. I'm a fan of Google. I use Google to search, and there goes. You are a Google employee. Instantly, you think you are working under Google. Holy crap. So, yeah, you see, that's the problem. basically why this situation is like that, like why people are thinking that they can take this philosophy, what like they interpret that as the philosophy, okay? But basically it's not. So they think that by agreeing and by like liking that philosophy part is already going to make them a Taoist, okay? Like you can be a Taoist yourself, and that's crazy, okay? And that all links up back to the idea of working less for more. People think that you can go like shortcut, okay? All you need to do is this, and there goes bang, and you get everything. That's impossible. If it's that easy, then there's no Chinese who spend their whole life trying to study this thing, right? Now, some white people go to China, for example, like they like to go to Wudang and such. And, well, what do you think? Like the Chinese people are going to really, give you the real thing? They don't even have the real thing for the Chinese. A lot of them are like into tourism, money making, and all that stuff. You like white boys, go over there. All you're going to be is the money tree for the Chinese people. They're just going to like dress you up like a Taoist, make sure your outside looks good. Now go promote for my religion. That's what's happening right now. So a lot of people are like really not knowing what Taoism is, and also the mindset of how you should be learning Taoism, or I should say how you should be learning any form of religion. There's nothing such as working less for more. There's only work more and get more. The world is very fair, right? Now, why do you ordain into our lineage and you can use the magic right away and such? It's because you have us here who planted the seed before, and now you have the fruits and the shades. But in order for you to continue, like after the first month or so, most of the people are like, oh, I love it, it's easy, I can just do this and that for the magic power I want, and I can get the help I want. It sounds easy. But the thing is, as you keep going like that and you don't know how to like give back, and you're not doing your cultivation, which is like your give back to where you take from, okay? For example, in our lineage, the disciples will learn that every end of the month they will do some kind of they will give some money as a form of offerings to the lineage to help the lineage to operate. And at the same time, it's basically like mainly for thanking the people who teach them, thanking the lineage and such. It's a way to give back and show appreciation, because you're not being charged for learning inside the lineage at all. And also the magic you use is not like there's no like counter trying to track down how much resources you have used and then bill you back later. There's no such thing. So what you're doing is you're giving a symbolic amount of money to show your appreciation as a form of give back. And that's our tradition in our lineage, okay? So every disciple do that. And learning in the lineage is like, you can pretty much just stay in the lineage and you can learn and all that stuff. It's not going to be charging you anything, right? But if you want to learn faster or learn more, you can always go for the paid lesson. But then if you're not paying and you're like going, just come, learn, and casual, that kind of casual vibe, okay? If you're just coming like that, well, make sure at the end of every month, you're also doing your role to give back and support the lineage, to thank to your sifu, sigong, and such. And that's one thing. Like, you take from the lineage, you should think about giving back. It's a fair and like a fair thing, and also it's more like healthy cycle, right? So imagine if you are the seafood teaching, you keep teaching, but you get nothing in return, and over a period of time, you will also not want to teach. There's no one showing their appreciation, and no one cares. Then basically it will also put you off. Now, this theory also goes to like almost anything, or any religious path, or anything in this world. It's a thing that applies to, almost any situation, right? If you are getting things from a source, you must always give back to it for the cycle to continue. That's basically common sense, but I don't know why. Like a lot of people these days still don't get it, okay? So I need to repeat that in this show. And relating to our main topic is like most people who believe in working less for more really need to pay attention when you are like deciding to ordain into our lineage to learn. You must always remember and keep in mind that it's not just like that easy, okay? You have to be prepared to commit, and this goes to any religious path that you choose. The more you want to commit, the more you get in return, okay? So don't be afraid of the commitment. You should be able to think about it as a happy thing, like a marriage, right? Happy. A marriage also needs a lot of commitment, but it's not like you don't enjoy committing, right? So giving more to your wife before she actually give you, okay, it's a great way to make your wife love you more, right? Because you're giving a lot because you love it, right? Because you love her. So you don't have to be like thinking about, I'm giving less for more. How smart. I'm just like giving my wife some cheap gift and she's loving me more. Now that's basically insane, okay? So you should not think like that. That's really like that's really how an asshole thinks. So don't do that, okay? No wife will like that idea. But anyway, make sure right? Being realistic. There's nothing such as working less for more. Okay? You need to commit. And that's the main point of this Tao Talk show. So hope that actually helped a bunch of people who are deciding to ordain and learn the Samlo Sankong right here. Okay? So we'll see you next week. Okay? Bye-bye.